Hello everyone, this is my statistics project. I am comparing male and female zoo polar bears' fat and protein consumption. I chose the topic of polar bears because, one, I really love polar bears. I also really wanted to learn about them from a zoological setting. I have worked in a zoo before, and I learned how those animals ate compared to how they did in the wild, but I've never gotten to work with polar bears. So I wanted to learn how they ate and how it would affect them. This is the site that you can go to find the research. I will also pull it up right here. This is the research for the female bears and how much fat they've consumed and how much protein they consumed in a day. And then I also have it for the male bears as well. Let's see, and the researchers fed out protein and fat-rich food to the polar bears as needed, and they kept track of how much each of the bears were consuming over a 14-day period just by checking to see how much food was left in their enclosure when they were done with it. As I was comparing the differences between the three variables, there were quite a few of the descriptive statistics that I needed to find. I began with the protein and the fat consumption of male polar bears, and then I moved on to the female polar bears afterwards. These are the descriptive statistics for the male polar bears. As you can see, they're not really as high as I was expecting. I thought they would be higher. And then these are the descriptive statistics for the females, so definitely not near as high, and they are lower than the males, which is kind of what I was expecting to find. Males are significantly bigger, so I would assume they would eat more, but still less than what I was expecting. These are the confidence intervals that I have gotten from the data set. As you can tell, same thing, the female polar bears have lower and the male polar bears have higher, and they do not interact with each other, like they don't overlap one another, which was interesting. I thought maybe they'd be a little bit closer to each other, but no, they don't overlap at all. This means we are 95% confident that the true population mean of fat consumption among the polar bears is between 0.59 kilograms a day and 1.9, with protein being 3.9 kilograms and 5.2. And then for the male polar bears, they consume about 1.9 to 3.2 per day, with their protein being about 8.6 to 10.5. So you can really see the difference there. Their protein is pretty much doubled on a daily basis from males compared to the females. They're a little bit closer in fat, which is interesting. I would assume female polar bears need almost as much fat as males, since they would be the ones carrying the children. But the male polar bears definitely have them beat in the protein. For my hypothesis, I put there will be an increase in protein and fat consumption among male zoo polar bears as compared to the females. The significance level chosen was 95%, and here are the statistics and the p-value for what that looks like. As you can see again here, the male polar bear is significantly more than the female polar bear in both fat and protein. Which is kind of what we expected. So in conclusion, due to there being sufficient evidence, we can conclude that the male zoo polar bears do in fact consume more protein and fat daily than the female zoo polar bears do. I believe this is most likely due to the fact that male polar bears are quite larger and need more fat and protein to eat to sustain their large bodies, more so than the females. And here are the references for what I have used. Thank you so much.